Hey y'all, on today's show we're gonna make sausage biscuits and gravy.
Mouth-watering family recipes, easy to make meals, humor and faith fill the inspiring show Dano on the Counter. Born with only half a spine, Dano Burkhardt was never supposed to be able to hold his head up. Despite countless surgeries, a stroke, leg amputations, and kidney transplants, Dano developed a contagious love for life. Join Dano as he shares his easy-to-make dishes and the hope that keeps him pushing forward.
For our sausage, gravy, and biscuits, you're gonna need, for the biscuits, you're gonna need 2 1/4 cups of Bisquick and 2/3 cup of milk. For the gravy, you're gonna need 2 cups of milk, 1/4 cup of flour, salt, pepper, and 1 pound of sausage. Hey y'all, it's Dano. We're heading over to the grocery store to pick up our groceries that we need to cook for today's show. And just want to talk to you a little bit about the end of the football season. So disappointing for our Nittany Lions. As you know, I'm a big Penn State fan. Man, I just don't know what happened there. I was able to go to the Michigan game and to lose that game, even though we're pretty sure they cheated, but we don't know that yet. But yeah, it was just a rough season for Penn State again. Everybody's saying that it's great to go 10-2 and finish the season so well, and of course we are better than Pitt, because Pitt's just not as good. We all know that, but yeah, I guess when your expectations at the beginning of the year are that we're gonna go and enter the playoff, and then we don't make it, it's always disappointing. Gosh, it just hurts to lose those 2 games, but next year there's always another chance. And the bad thing is we have to wait a whole another year to find out. So we'll be patient and we'll wait and see what happens. But that's my take on the whole deal, and we'll see what happens. All right, on today's show we're gonna make a sausage gravy and biscuits. Super easy, quick, something you can do before church on Sunday or a Saturday morning. Something we always did in our house. Country gravy with some Jimmy Dean sausage, shout out Jimmy Dean. He's probably the best one for breakfast sausage. And then we're gonna cheat and we're gonna use Bisquick to make our biscuits. We're not gonna knead dough and wait 20 minutes and do all that. We're just gonna use Bisquick and milk. They're called like drop biscuits. You just make a spoonful, drop them on a pan, bake them for like 15 minutes. So we need some Bisquick, we need our sausage, we need a little bit of flour that we have at home, and then we need some milk and some butter, and that's pretty much it. That's all we're gonna need. So let's grab these couple ingredients and let's get home and start cooking. All right, so to make our sausage gravy, obviously some regular sausage. You could use hot if you want, it's up to you, whatever your preference is. I do see some scrapple here as well. Scrapple, I don't know, that's a Pennsylvania thing. I ate it as a kid. I don't know if y'all enjoy it. Look it up if you live in the South or anywhere else, check it out. It looks disgusting, but it's actually pretty good if you basically burn it and cover it in maple syrup. But for this, we'll save that for another show. Today we're just gonna get some breakfast sausage to make our gravy, and then we'll go over and grab our Bisquick, and pretty much it. That's all we're gonna need. So let's get our sausage, get our Bisquick, and go. All right, to make our drop biscuits, we're gonna cheat, like I said. We're just gonna use Bisquick and some milk, mix that together, a couple tablespoons together with a cup of this, and drop them in on a baking sheet, cook them at 450 like 10 minutes till they're golden brown, and they'll be ready to go. One thing is, we're not looking for anything uniform because we're gonna smother it in gravy anyways and mix it all together. So Bisquick's the easiest thing. Sunday morning, like I said, Saturday morning, make it easy on yourself. Cheat if you can, use Bisquick. The other thing we're gonna need is just some flour to make our gravy, just a tablespoon or so. We have this at the house already, so we're not going to buy any here today. But we're going to use that grease from that sausage, mix the flour together, make our roux, add our milk in there, and then thicken it up. That'll make our awesome gravy. So we'll throw this in the cart, and we'll be ready to go.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Breathe easier with oxygen from Dick's Home Care. Oxygen concentrators give you a continuous oxygen supply at home. Oxygen cylinders supply oxygen without power, and portable oxygen frees you to go. Dick's Home Care technicians will set your oxygen up and make sure you know how to use it. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Made by Vogel is a father and son business that produces high-quality handmade wooden products such as cutting boards, bowls, bottle stoppers and more. Products for sale can be found on their Etsy site or in downtown Altoona at the Clay Cup. You can't go wrong buying from Made by Vogel.
Hey y'all, welcome into the kitchen today. Today we're gonna make one of my favorite breakfast foods, sausage, gravy, and biscuits. Something that my dad used to always make for us on Saturday mornings. Like I said, if you are on Atkins or if you're doing keto, this is not the breakfast for you. But if you enjoy this, this is something that I always enjoyed and is a nice hearty breakfast for you to whip up really easy in the morning. The biscuits take about 15 minutes to make. Gravy's another 5-10. You're ready to go in about 20 minutes. I'm cheating though. I'm letting you know right now. I'm using Bisquick for the biscuits. I'm not going to need dough and do butter and all that and make my own biscuits. Surely you can do that if you have the time, but on Saturday morning, kids need to be fed, right? So just whip these up. Use some Bisquick. It's pretty easy. So Bisquick goes in the bowl. You have a couple cups of that, and then we're going to add to that 2/3 of a cup of just milk. So we're gonna add that in here. And these are called like drop biscuits. Some of my friends, they have made these before. They told me about them. And of course my family makes them as well. So we're just gonna make a little dough here with our Bisquick and milk. And we're just gonna go combine the two till it forms a nice little dough. And we have our baking sheet here, and we preheated our oven to 450 because these are gonna cook pretty darn quick. And then we're just gonna take some clumps of this dough. And we're just gonna drop them on our pan. This is ungreased pan here. These are gonna be nice and fluffy. The only really difference is in the biscuit is that we just didn't use flour and baking soda. This is gonna got all of our ingredients already mixed together. So we'll try to get this all together without making a huge mess. They don't have to be uniform or anything like that because out of the shape, we're just gonna pour gravy over all of it anyways. So if I can get it from sticking to my hand. Mix that up a little bit more. And these are gonna puff up nice. It's a little messy. It's really messy. It's like Play-Doh. You're definitely gonna have to wash your hands after this one. But we're just gonna smash these all together. Just like that. I'll do one more here. Mix it all together here. Get a good one here. But yeah, so this was a Saturday morning thing for us that we'd always have this, and then chicken fried steak sometimes Dad would make the same gravy, but a little quick biscuit like this. Why not make them yourself if you can, if you have the time. You could also use Pillsbury or something like that, use them out of the can. That's fine as well. So we're just gonna take these, we're gonna throw them in the oven, 450, about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna start on our gravy. All right, so we got our biscuits out of the oven here. They went about 12 minutes. Like I said, they cook real quick. You just want them a golden brown. Just make sure they're not doughy on the inside. Pretty simple and easy deal there. And then we have our breakfast sausage here. We're just browning this off real quick. We're not gonna drain this either. We're just gonna let all that fat in there. We're gonna use that grease instead of adding in any butter or anything like that, any extra oil or fat to make the gravy. Because the pork itself is pretty fatty, you're not going to need any extra grease to make the roux once we put the flour in. So once we brown this up, like I said, I started this just a couple minutes ago. I like kind of bigger chunks of sausage in it. I don't like it real fine, because I like to know that I'm eating actual sausage gravy, you know, and have the actual sausage in it, not just little bits in it. Sometimes you go to a restaurant and it's just kind of just like gravy and there's flour or milk, and it doesn't have any actual flavor to it. So I like big chunks of sausage in mine to know that I'm eating sausage gravy. Now, we were just having a discussion here talking about the way that I eat this is I do a fried egg and put it on top, and I kind of mix everything together. Now, certain people have certain preferences. It doesn't matter. My dad is the type of guy that he puts everything together. He puts his biscuit and then gravy and egg on top and hash browns inside there, and it just throws it all together. So whatever you like, if you're one of those people that have to have a separate plate for everything, then this is, you know, you can do that as well. If you want to eat your biscuits separate, that's fine as well. But I think when it comes to breakfast, it's just a big old mess. And so that's kind of what we're creating here, minus the potatoes. So this is just about done. You can see there's not too many pink pieces in there yet. But I tell you what, Saturday mornings, breakfast with my dad, those are some of the great memories that we've always shared together. We used to go out for breakfast almost every Saturday. As kids, he would take the whole family out. Big breakfast eater, and then, you know, made breakfast at home for us, of course, all the time. This is something that you could do for the holidays. If you wanted to do it in the morning ahead of time, you could do that as well. But yeah, just something quick and easy, and I think everybody will enjoy it. And if you wanted to switch and you want to throw some ham in here or something like that, you could do that as well. And if you want to use the hot sausage, you could use that, of course, as well too. So this looks, one more little piece there. Let that brown up. This looks pretty good. The gravy's really simple. All we're gonna do is we're gonna use some flour, and we're gonna sprinkle it on there, and that's gonna soak up any grease that we may have. And you basically want to just stir this in until you can't see the flour anymore. That's all you're doing. You're just mixing it all together. You just don't want to see much of the white left. Mix that all up in there. Soak up all that grease. Coat all that sausage. See how that flour just kind of all disappears in there, soaks up all that grease. We don't need to add anything else really. Whoops, dropped a little there for the dog. So we'll have that. See how that flour is all gone, you can't really see it anymore. Then you know it's time to add your milk. About 2 cups of milk. We're just going to dump that whole thing in there. And then we're just going to cook this till it thickens up with that flour. It's going to take a little bit for that milk to heat up. But as it does, it'll thicken up with that flour. You got yourself some good country gravy. Now, of course, you're going to have to add a lot of black pepper to this as well. So we'll grab some black pepper over here. Sprinkle a bunch of that on there. Lots of black pepper. And the sausage is going to have enough salt. You could add salt if you want to, but I don't think you really need it. But that's up to you, of course. We'll just let this simmer probably another 7-8 minutes till it thickens up. Then we'll take our biscuits, ladle some gravy over top. Then we're gonna fry an egg, and we'll be ready to eat breakfast. So if it's 8:30, you're watching this on TV right now, you still have time to do this before church. Hopefully you have some sausage in your fridge, but if you got Bisquick, you're ready to go. You can have this done in about 10-15 minutes. So we'll let this go here, and we'll come back in a second and we'll fry up a couple eggs. We have our skillet here. We got a little bit of butter melted. Now, I'm not the professional that you see on TV flipping eggs in the air and doing all that crazy stuff, but we're gonna try our best. So let's see how we do here. We're just gonna crack open an egg. We're gonna drop it in here without breaking it. Perfect. Just like that. And then we'll let this cook for a sec. And then we're gonna flip it. 'Cause I like my eggs just over easy. But I like that yolk because I like to mix the yolk with the biscuit and the gravy all together. So we'll see how we do here. We'll let this go till it's almost white. You can't see through it to the bottom. That's the important part. Let the underside of the egg cook first. Good hot skillet. Lots of butter. Just kind of get it moved around a little bit. As it cooks, it'll harden up a little bit. See how it's sliding there? That means that the bottom's about cooked. And then we're gonna try to flip it. So try to get it here. Try to get underneath it. And then flip it. I think we did it. I don't see any yolk running out. We'll let it go for another couple of seconds here. And this will be ready to go. So we're gonna top this with our biscuit, our sausage gravy, our over easy egg, nice runny yolk. Throw this on top, and we're gonna ready to eat breakfast. So I do a couple more eggs here. Let's head over to the studio for a little quick inspirational message. See you right back.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Stay in your home without worry with Bruno mobility products from Dick's Home Care. Bruno has the highest rated stair lift of any brand. They're American-made quality stair lifts and are expertly installed in less than a day. Keep your loved one at home and safe from falls on the stairs with a Bruno stair lift. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Impact Productions, a multi-layer technology company providing on-site, online, and in-studio video services. Contact Impact Productions to capture your story.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Disabled? Lead an active life with a wheelchair from Dick's Home Care. Your wheelchair will be properly fitted to you for your comfort. Choose from Dick's full line of mobility products, including manual wheelchairs, custom manual, power wheelchairs, and scooters for both adults and children. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Hey y'all, welcome into the studio today. Today I want to talk about, finding purpose and God's will for your life. We're coming off of a new year, starting 2024. It's a great time to start off fresh, to begin thinking about what God has in store for you for this year. Your aspirations and dreams that you have, that everybody's sitting around thinking, wow, what is 2024 going to bring in my life, and what does God have planned for me? And, I remember as a young kid, you're always thinking about what you want to be when you grow up, and what you think your life is going to be like. Well, let me tell you, now that I'm 40, my life is definitely not exactly what I had envisioned what my life was going to be like. It's also, it's what God had planned for me and what God wants my life to be. As many times as we think in our head that we have things planned out and how things are going to go, God has a higher purpose and a plan for each one of us. And I know that, as a young kid, you're learning about how to plan ahead and think about what you want to do and those types of things. But in all honesty, you really need to be involved in your prayer life and thinking and praying about what God has planned for you to open up those doors to where God wants to lead you. I remember I wanted to be a youth pastor when I got out of high school, because I went to a private Christian school, and that was kind of the thing to do, that everybody was going to go into ministry somehow, either in youth or music or discipleship, or evangelism, and here I am working for a medical equipment company. I had no idea what God had in store for me and the challenges that were going to happen in my life and what were going to take place to lead me to where I am today. In 2024, we're all excited about new beginnings and things like that, and we think we have it all planned out, but we have no idea. We have no idea what's going to happen even tomorrow. That's why it's so important to have faith in who God is and trust Him that He's going to guide us and direct us in what He has best for us laid out. I know this year has been tremendous and troubling for some. I've gone through some relationship problems, and employment problems. I know in my company, we've had to let some people go, and we brought some new people in, and probably they had no idea that was going to happen to them, and I know some of you are probably struggling with that as well, that you're finding a new career path, or you're starting a new relationship, or a marriage that just ended, and you're kind of lost and don't know what's in store for next year, and that's what I want to encourage you guys today, is that, hey, you have to trust God and always trust His plan for your life. As many times as that we do the right things and that we think we've done all the right steps to get where we want to be, things can happen. Life can change. Life can throw you a curve. But that's when we need to take a step back and say, hey, I'm going to trust God that He's going to get me through this tough time. He's going to help me with this relationship. Maybe there's something else out there that's better for you. Maybe this new job that you're going to be able to get because you were letting go of this one, maybe something better and something awesome that you had no idea that you were capable of doing, but it'll be really gratifying. You'll meet new people, new relationship, new friendships, new people to encourage your life. It's amazing to me to see where life takes you and where you end up, and the people that God puts in your life right when you need them. I know being through so many health problems and things like that, people have come into my life and shared with me that I'm an encouragement to them, but really that impact is really what they've had on my life by being there for me, by encouraging me, sending me notes, praying for me, and helping me get through those tough times. So as we get into 2024 and we're setting our goals and looking forward to what God has in store, I want to encourage you. As in Romans, it talks about, all things work together for good for those who are called, to their purpose. And that's not really our purpose, that's God's purpose. And are we taking back and asking God, well, maybe this is what I want for my life, but is this what you want for me? And I know that verse can be kind of confusing and hard to interpret, because we always think about the first part. We don't really think about the second part of that verse. And we just think all things are going to work together for good as long as we trust God, and I can tell you, I believed in God ever since I was 6 years old and got saved at a young age, but there's been some serious struggles that I've been through and some tough times where I had to, look back and say, you know what, hey, I can't handle this myself. I need to trust God and let Him lead my life. And as a young kid, that's really hard. It took some maturity to understand that, and even at 40, I'm learning it today as different struggles come up in my life. That hey, I get overwhelmed with work or with family problems. Obviously, with my mom passing away or whatever this last year, it's those tough times that we think, oh, we have it all figured out. This year's going to be great, and then something crazy like that happens. So I want to encourage you today. My main point is to always trust God in everything. Ask for His direction and get into your daily prayer life every day and talk to Him and have Him ask Him to show you what He wants you to do in your life. And He's going to open up those small little windows, those small little doors that may lead to other things. put people in your life to help you, encourage you, and to help you get there. And then you'll look back and you're like, wow, you know what? Here I was last year worrying about this, and here I am this year. I've gotten through that, and I'm on to the next thing, and my life has turned totally around. I've done a 180. Right when you think things have gone to the lowest point, God really picks you up and helps you get to the next thing. And what an awesome thing to know that God is with you through all that, and to see what He has done and brought you through in the end. And then also to make sure you thank Him for what He has done in your life. I know I take things for granted all the time. Just being here, just breathing, I take it for granted. So many times I've spent days and weeks and months in the hospital, and here I am just kind of going through the motions of work and daily life. But hey, there's a lot of people out there struggling right now that are not able to go to work and not able to, drive and get outside and do things, and so be thankful for what you do have. Even in those tough times, take that little bit of those small things and be thankful for them, because they're all part of the piece of the puzzle that God has given us and put in our lives together. And be thankful for the people, be thankful for the things God has already brought you through, and just those small little things that that we take for granted on a daily basis. So my hope for you is in 2024 that you're looking to God, number one. You're putting Him first in your life. You're always trusting Him to help you get through those tough times. I know if there's something I can help you with and encourage you, reach out to me, shoot me an email. I'm always open to help and pray with you and encourage you. I hope with this show is an encouragement to you in your daily life with God. And if you don't even know what that means and you want to talk about that, and how do I get to have this relationship that you're always talking about every Sunday, Dan, reach out to me and I can help you out with that as well. But I'm going to be praying for you. I'm hoping that 2024 is a great year for everybody. I'm excited for the things that God has in store for me this year, and I hope that He has awesome things in store for you as well. So let's remember to pray and ask God to help us. And in the meantime, let's head back over to the kitchen and enjoy some awesome food. Hey, y'all, welcome into the dining room here. We just finished making our breakfast for dinner. We have our fried egg with our over easy egg, and then our biscuit we made, and our sausage gravy. We have Carrie in here filling in today. Say hi, Carrie. Hi. Carrie helped us out, did a lot of dishes today, helped us out around the kitchen today. Appreciate Carrie coming in and helping us out. But let's try this. Yep. Troy, you ready?
I'm ready.
Good gravy.
Good biscuit. The gravy is really good.
Yeah.
Need some egg.
Mix it all together. Good stuff. Well, hopefully you can try this recipe at home, make it for your family, and enjoy it like we do. Appreciate everybody watching the show. Let me know. Shoot me an email. Let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in each and every week to Dano on the Counter. We'll see you next week. Take care.